Particularly young Canadians tell me that they're worried. They're worried about the state of the world and the future. But most importantly, they're worried about the very promise of Canada. The promise that if you work hard, you can do better than the generations that preceded you.
We must recognise also that rich countries such as Canada have a duty to fight climate change, which is what we're doing through our commitment of $5 billion towards global climate financing efforts.
You know, I seem to start every video like this. Trudeau was at it again, flushing your hard-earned money down the drain on woke climate nonsense. Now, to see all the weird ways the Trudeau Liberals have been wasting your money behind your back, go to exposethewaste.com. Now, this time, it's $350 million. Not for Canada, not for Canadian jobs, but for a green slush fund in Asia. That's right. While Canadians struggle with soaring grocery prices, out of control inflation, and unaffordable housing, Trudeau's Liberals are sending your money overseas to fund climate resilience projects for the private sector.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic, away from plastic towards paper. Like drink box water bottles sort of things.
But it gets worse. This Canadian Climate and Nature Fund for the private sector in Asia is a partnership between the Liberal government and the Asian Development Bank. Apparently, Canadian taxpayers now have the privilege of subsidizing foreign businesses to build low-carbon infrastructure and climate-smart agriculture. That sounds like eating the crickets, because Trudeau thinks Asia's economy is apparently more important than ours. But it's not just any businesses getting this cash. It's businesses run by, and I quote, especially women. So if you're a businessman in Asia, sorry, Trudeau doesn't care. But if you check the right diversity boxes, congratulations, you just won the Canadian Climate Lottery. Now, this fund isn't about cutting emissions, if you care about those sorts of things. And if you are a regular viewer of Rebel News, you know I don't. It's about gender politics. This fund promises to fund women-led businesses, create jobs for women, and enhance biodiversity. Sounds more like a radical DEI program wrapped in climate policy than anything else. The fund wants to increase resilience of women and girls to climate shocks. How does someone even measure that deliverable in this $350 million over 30 years handout? Let's get this straight. Canadian families, they're barely making ends meet in Trudeau's Canada. Small businesses are drowning under Trudeau's carbon taxes. Farmers here in Canada are being taxed and regulated into the ground. And yet Trudeau thinks the priority is to have a fund for foreign businesses based on gender quotas with money Canadians don't have. Trudeau and his soon-to-be coronated replacement, Mark Carney, will tell you that this is Canadian climate leadership. I'll call it what it really is. An international virtue signaling scam that leaves you footing the bill while other countries cash in. It's all part of Trudeau's radical green agenda, a plan to destroy Canadian industries while propping up foreign ones with your tax dollars. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. We've had enough, and I hope you have too. Canadians deserve better than this. That's why Rebel News is exposing Trudeau's wasteful spending, his DEI nonsense, and his obsession with sending your money abroad while Canadians suffer. To learn more, go to exposethewaste.com.